when I took over the unit, we had over 500 personnel. And during my time, Paul Hellyer became the Minister of National Defense and trimmed the militia, or his minions did, trimmed the militia to 300. So I had the unpleasant task of letting over 200 soldiers go, including officers. And the establishment for majors dropped from 7, I think it is, down to about 3. 2 companies and a second in command. So I had to let people go that were really pretty good soldiers, but a lot of them that I had to let go again were getting ready to retire anyhow, held over from World War II and stuff like this, and that weren't going to get any further. So that was the most unpleasant part, was having to fire 40% of the unit strength. So the business of cutting it to 300 also amounted to cutting down the outlying portion of the unit. We had troops in Hannah, Drumheller, Vulcan, and when they finished rearranging the militia, we had lost Hannah and its outlying company, or outlying platoon, and we had, so we're left with Drumheller and Vulcan. And we had, and then we picked up High River, which had been Service Corps. I have an amusing anecdote, shall we say, about the High River people. I went down to visit, of course, and they'd been around for a little while, and we'd so I went down and to visit, and just chatting with the troops, and so I gave them a gross outline of how an infantry battalion was, and so I gave what I thought was a fair, decent little talk, and so when I was winding up, I said, are there any questions? Maybe there's something I haven't covered. And this one fellow spoke up and said, yeah, when are they going to make a Service Corps again? So another thing that I wasn't ashamed of was that we went out to the outlying places for Armistice Day parades. High River again, Drumheller, and then we also had the parade in town for the 11th of November, and and I felt that gave a presence to the militia in the smaller towns, slight though it was, but it's still a presence. Because in those days, people were finished with the Korean War, of course, and there was nothing going on like Yugoslavia or Afghanistan, and so that a lot of people were scornful of the militia, and we were poorly equipped, you know, and every time there was, you know, the annual budget in Ottawa, a lot of it contained, you know, how little they were going to pay the militia. One thing that was crazy, I thought, was that they would give me enough money this year to pay them based upon the strength last year. But I was expected to recruit, and so in order to pay the new people, I had to take it away from last year's people, and there we go. So there was always unhappiness with the pay parade.